Morning.
Morning.
I call this meeting of the Lake Mary Toastmasters to order. The mission of the club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. At this time, please silence all electronics. Members, please stand for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence. I'd like to introduce our Toastmaster for today, Stephen Morgan.
Thank you, Kerri. Hello, everyone. Another Tuesday morning. We're getting a good crowd this morning. Good. Since everyone was eager to jump into this role this morning, I get to throw in a bunch of trivia to keep us moving along. So we have a good full agenda. What year was Toastmasters International founded? Who knows that one? How long have we been around?
1926.
Close. We're called 1924.
24.
Very close. 80 years.
80?
No, 90 years. That's we get around it.
Yeah.
90 years, and we're going to be coming up to the centennial in a little while here. I have no idea what kind of plans they're making for that one. I'm sure a few people are trying to start planning it out. And who was the name of our founder?
Stephany!
Good. You knew him, right, bud?
Yep. It was 2 years behind me in grade
Fighting words.
Let's see if our functionaries can remember what their roles are. It looks like we have someone subbing in as well.
Yeah.
Mary Carroll.
She's so good.
As to which, I'm not sure. Okay. Our grammarian this morning, Mike, please explain what you will be doing.
As grammarian, the fundamental role of the grammarian is to help the members express themselves clearly, and concisely. The grammarian has two basic responsibilities. First, to introduce new words to members. Second, to comment on exceptional and improper use of the English language during the course of the meeting. The word of the day is salubrious. I know after I look at it now, it's a little small. So, future reference. I'm the grammarian, thank you.
Oh, here's the trivia. And what did the little letters on Susanna's tag mean?
Can't see it.
What do they stand for? Hey, why not? You already know it.
Not a clue. Come on, speak up. I know it's on my tag.
Yes, Advanced Communicator Silver, Advanced Leader Bronze. Susanna, what will you be doing as timer this morning?
Thank you, Master Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. As timer, it is my responsibility to ensure that the meeting runs on time. In order to facilitate with this, I will be using these cards for the speakers to let them know where they stand with their time. We have two speeches that are 5 to 7 minutes long. At 5 minutes, I will hold up green, 6 minutes yellow, and at 7 minutes, I will hold up the red. We have a speech for 6 to 8 minutes, green at 6, yellow at 7, and red at 8. For evaluations, they are 2 to 3 minutes each. At 2 minutes, you will see the green, 2.5, you will see the yellow, and at 3 minutes, you will see the red. And last, we have table topics for 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, you will see, or no, it's, 1 to 2 minutes.
30 to 60 seconds.
30 to 60 seconds. Oh, okay. I'm reading it up here, like I haven't done this a million times. 30 seconds, you will see 45 seconds, you will see the yellow. 60 seconds, you will see the red. Don't make me mad. I will throw the cards at you if you go through. You will have my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Carol, thank you for stepping in for our counter. Other than Stephany, who knows what office Mary Carol holds? I figured Julie would know.
Mary Carol Holber is our District Lieutenant Governor of Training and Development. She will be the District Governor slated for next year. So the highest position is Florida.
Lieutenant Governor. What will you be doing for us this morning, Mary Carol?
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. The purpose of our counter is to listen for all the words and sounds that we use as crutches, or to listen for the pregnant pause by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words may be inappropriate interjections, such as so, but you know, sounds may, sorry. I will also be listening for double clutches, such as I mean. I will report to the general evaluator at the end of the meeting.
I'm here.
And who was our other dignitary who slipped in this morning? Who here knows who that is?
Who is it?
Who knows?
That'd be
We should know.
That'd be
George.
George.
If he is our area governor, we're supposed to see him, we should know who he is.
I know who you are, I can't pronounce your last name.
No one can, so don't worry about it.
Thanks for showing up, George. Okay. Now we shall move into our speeches. Beginning with our first speech this morning. Do you ever wonder why there is never enough time to get everything done or to even just relax and enjoy life? Well, our next speaker, Diane, doesn't like to waste a minute. She has a variety of techniques to incorporate relaxation and enjoyment while she is in the middle of getting her work done. Today, she will discuss one of the techniques she employs and will hopefully inspire each one of you to do the same. Please welcome Diane Manikowski as she presents her speech, Time is a Precious Thing to Waste.
Master Toastmaster, guests, Toastmasters, guests. Today I'm going to talk about time, and as you all know, or most of you who are here all the time know, time is an anathema to me. Time is very precious, but it is also the enemy. And I have spent my life doing multitudes of things to make sure that I cheat time. Did you ever wonder or notice that when you are working really, really hard at something, you're doing something you really hate, it's really fatiguing, and you hate it, the time drags really slowly. It seems like you can almost hear the tick, tick, tick of the clock. You never do see that red card. It just keeps going and going. Also, when you're doing, on the other hand, when you're doing something very pleasing, time seems to just crash by. It just spins and spins like a top. You can see the clock, the hands on the clock just turning and turning, and all of a sudden it's over. So I figure, okay, well, if you're going to have to do something that you don't like to do, let's say the guys are mowing the lawn, the women are pulling weeds, you're doing anything that you hate to do, it always seems to take longer, and you never seem to get it done, and at the end of the time, you're totally fatigued. And all you want to do is go in and do something that you enjoy doing. Whereas when you're really happy and everything's going well, you do not want to ever end it, and you just want to keep going. You have a lot of energy. So I thought to myself, okay, how can I cheat time? How can I combine the fun of doing something fun and exciting and energetic with the mundane, boring tasks of doing a job? We have so much time that we waste during the day. When we go out, go shopping, we go out to the mailbox, we have to mow the lawn, we have to do the housekeeping, and all this time we're trying to get this job done, When we're done, we're tired. Well, I have a way to cheat time. And I'm going to cheat it today also, Susanna. Okay, so I cheat time because I do something that I enjoy at the same time that I do something that I don't enjoy doing. If I'm mowing the lawn, if I'm weeding, which I don't like to do. I love my garden, but the weeding is not the thing I like to do. If I'm going to the store and doing errands, shopping, which I hate, I use a technique that is free, that does not involve any time. I use technology. I go to the library, I get a library card, and I download audiobooks. So you'll see me with my phone, and you'll see me with my little Bluetooth in my ear, and I'm walking around, and I am living an adventurous life. I'm living a life of abundance. I'm living a life of talking to God and finding out, answers to questions that I really want to know. I get to be anybody I want to be. I get to enjoy my life as I'm doing the work. And I never even notice that I'm doing the work. I never even notice when it's finished. I'm excited because I'm not tired. I don't have to go lay on the couch and go, I'm pooped. I immediately get to just go do something else and listen to my book. Right now I'm listening to Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan, and each of those books are about 41 hours. So I've got a lot of time to kill, but by the time I listen to one of these books, I have done so many amazing things and I'm not even tired. I don't have to do anything. So here is my tip. My tip is for everyone to go to the library, because I want you all to be able to cheat time too, and I want you to try this and see that you will not be tired. Go to the library. You get a library card. It will cost you $5 if you don't have one. Any library pretty much has downloadable books. They also have downloadable videos. They have e-books. However, I never have time to sit and read an e-book. I'd rather just listen to it. I like to go in every week, and I cheat the library too. I have 2 library cards. I have my son's and I have mine. So I get 6 books out every week, and I put holds on everything. And then I peruse. I browse through the Seminole County site. I find which books I'm interested in and which I'm not. And I download them and I take them with me wherever I go. I can walk into a Target and I'm listening to my books on tape. I can even stop and talk to somebody because I have one ear open and the other ear here. And I can talk to them and they don't even know that I'm listening to anything. When I'm finished, I just go into my phone and I back it up like just about 1 or 2 minutes and I start listening again, and I've just been right where I've left off. So here's how you do it. You get to the library. You get your library card. You have a number on the back of your library card. On any app or computer, you can download, Susanna, an app called Overdrive Media Console. And it is so easy that even somebody like me can do it. And it comes up when the Overdrive Media Console comes up on your computer or on your iPhone, your Android, your Nook, etc. I'm working on it. Okay, you put in the library location that you're at, and then you put that on your phone. You go into it any time of the day or night. Log in with your phone or with your library card ID, and you can do the same thing that I do. You can find enjoyment in the mundane, horrible tasks of the day, and you will find a wondrous way to cheat time. And I've done it!
I don't believe it.
Madam Tyler, if you'll give us 1 more minute, everyone take the opportunity to write down your feedback for Diane and pass it around to her. And I'll just encourage you. Whether you follow the financial media or not, you may have heard high-frequency trading, as it has been getting a lot of attention, especially of late. Jorge is here to help shed light on what has become a hot topic for investors and regulators. Please welcome Jorge Friggles. Thank
you. Imagine for a second that you can look into the future. And I don't mean years into the future because that would just be creepy and wrong, but just a couple of minutes into the future. It would allow you to decide what line is going to move faster, either in traffic or at the grocery store, so you can put yourself in the best place. It could allow you to maybe know what your boss or coworker is going to say, so you can craft the perfect response and have it ready. And it would be great to know it, or in a couple minutes from now when we do table topics, you would know the question before it comes out, and you can be able to craft your response beforehand and be ready for it. This kind of small advantage or knowing what's going to happen is very akin to what is going on now with high frequency trading. I'm sure much of you have heard about it, especially with Michael Lewis's new book, Flash Boys, that have just came out. So trying to break down the process in a very simplified way. What happens a lot is, the big financial companies in New York that place lots of big blocks of trades, when they hit trade on their computer, it goes through a wire, it goes underneath, it ends up in New Jersey. Why New Jersey? Because these are just big rooms full of computers and air conditioners. Why pay the New York real estate prices? Right, Ernst? New York real estate is expensive. New Jersey's a lot cheaper. Put it all over there, and all these exchanges then go out, your trade hits there, and then from there, it goes out and reaches out to all these other exchanges across the country to find the counterparty to your trade. So who's going to take that opposite side of the trade? What happens is, right next door to the exchanges in New Jersey, we have these high-frequency trading shops, and these people have invested lots and lots of monies on very fast computers and fiber optic cables that will then be able to see that signal leave that exchange that's right next door. So they have a location geographic advantage. And then they have a faster route to all the other exchanges, are able to see the prices, since they know the supply and demand that's out there for a current stock or bond. They're able to buy that, therefore causing the price to rise by a cent or 2 cents, depending on the algorithms, what they feel is coming down through the pipeline, buy that amount, and then sell it back to the market participants at a profit of a cent or two. And they do this thousands of times. It's kind of like The Office. Remember Office Space? I think it's one of the funniest movies ever created. But it works very similar to that, where they have the program that takes a fraction of a penny off of every transaction that happens, and over time, this ends up accumulating to a lot of money. Now, how do these people do it? Essentially, they spend, there's stories of companies that spend hundreds of millions of dollars. There's a company that spent $300 million, for instance, creating a direct fiber optic line from Chicago to New Jersey. So it's so advantageous to them that they spent $300 million building a hole from New Jersey to Chicago to dig a wire, place a wire, so they can get 3 milliseconds faster than what the computers, than taking the regular route to get to that exchange. So all this is happening 100 times faster than you can blink your eye. Extremely, extremely, extremely fast speed. And speed is money to these people. So that's how they are essentially able to get to the trades first, buy it, and then sell it back, a lot of times even to you or to the next participant that's coming down, because they can see the order books. Now, who cares? Does this really affect you in any kind of way? Well, yes and no. You making an individual trade at home, so you log into your Scottrade or your E-Trade account. So Panera is a publicly traded company. If Bud really liked the coffee today, and he wants to go home and buy Panera shares, and Ernst had a bad pastry, so he wants to go and sell his Panera shares, and they both log into their Scottrade account and sell the shares. A lot of times Scottrade they have a huge community of people that are buying and selling all the time. They match those up internally. It never even leaves. It never gets that far to even reach New Jersey or the high frequency traders. Really what this comes and how it affects you is the bigger company. So your mutual funds that you own in your retirement accounts, or the pension funds that your company has invested money in to eventually pay you out once you retire. These companies are moving huge, huge, huge blocks of money that can't be matched internally within these companies' systems or dark pools that actually make it out to the exchanges and then get front run in a sense by these high frequency traders. So that's how it really affects the day-to-day person. Now, some people say this is bad, this is good, what's gonna happen? You think about it historically, taking 1 cent maybe, or 2 cents off every transaction, while we would love to have that cent or two back, because it really does hurt us. It's like if you go to Target and buy something and then see it 5 cents cheaper at Walmart, it bothers you. It's not going to ruin your day, it's not going to bust your budget, you'll probably be fine. But if that happens, imagine that happening for every single item you're ever going to buy for years and years and years and years, it adds up to quite a bit of money. So, what they do, and I completely lost my place now. But just to give you an idea of how 1 cent can add up very quickly, I got this actually in the mail yesterday. Anybody see this? The 1 cent sales tax in? Well, in Seminole County alone, 1 cent sales tax is $63 million in 1 year. So that's just Seminole County. Imagine 1 cent across the country. You can see how this adds up very, very quickly. Now, looking historically at trading costs, remember if you place trades 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you weren't paying $8 a trade. You're paying $25 a trade. You're paying a lot more money. The spreads were a lot larger on these trades. So as technology has advanced, trading costs have come down. So overall, if you look at the big picture, yes, you're getting taken for a cent or two, and it's annoying, and you wish you didn't have to do it, but you're actually paying a lot less now than you were historically because of the advances in technology. And even though regulators are looking into this now, there's even the insider trading term being thrown around, which is not insider trading. It becomes public to everybody, it's just public to them a lot faster than it's public to you. They're not front running anything, there's faster. They have a Porsche and you have a Honda, and so they can get there faster, sorry. It's not on purpose, it's the way it is. But what I think is going to happen more before the regulators can even act and do anything about this is that technology is going to advance to a point where that speed margin, the big banks are going to catch up, everyone's going to catch up, and it's going to be, the advantage is essentially going to be arbitraged away, and it's not really going to affect anybody long term. The markets and the market participants will figure out a solution to the problem way before the regulators are able to act. Even in the past couple of years, we've seen the profits that these firms are able to make really decrease year over year over year as everybody's speed has increased. You can just think about very easily the advances in technology. In 2007, the first iPhone came out. You could barely use an internet browser on that phone. The internet browser was very, very bad. Websites had to be adjusted just so you can see them. Now I can stream Netflix in HD on my phone, and that was just 7 years. So in a couple of years, I think this advantage is going to be so hard to gain and so unprofitable that it's just going to be arbitrage. It's not really going to be a situation. And then the regulators will act, because that's usually what happens. They usually act a couple of years later. So while it's annoying that you are getting scalped for this 1 cent or 2 cent on a regular basis, I wouldn't let it bother your day. And overall, your trading costs are a lot lower now than they would have been in the past, and everything will work out. You'll be fine.
When was our club founded? Who can recall?
10 years ago. 12.
4.
12 years.
1998.
12.
12 years ago, 2002, yes.
What is it?
2002, Lake Mary formed. Not long after Panera opened, actually. Does anyone else happen to know who our parent club is? Omni is the parent club. I was a member there at that time. Now, does anyone other than Stephany
You do.
know who our daughter club is?
Yeah.
Voices of Opportunity.
Voices of Opportunity.
And soon to be Seminole State Toastmasters.
If they're going, certainly, yes. We have another one underway. And when I said not Stephany, she's the sponsor from that club.
We actually have another one too.
Where was there?
The one at Negotiators.
I didn't know that came through us.
Yeah. This is what Julia
No, that was, Deb, that was,
Deb.
the other lady.
Michelle
Mangoya, yeah.
Okay, yes. Like, somebody was.
That
I
different.
know I like them.
I know Steve Ryan did a lot of stuff with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, our club sponsor was Wayne Fogel, and our club mentor was Kevin Dunn. He was also our first president. A few of you might have met Kevin. I don't think anyone else here met Wayne. Goes back a ways. Wayne was also our first vice president membership. He was very gung-ho in the area governor, division governor at the time. Which is where some of these ribbons happen to come from. Area governor, division governor, we've had a few come through this club. But it's time now, hopefully now that you got yourself all warmed up to what other strange questions were you going to get, it's now time to bring forth Bud, as he's been preparing to give everyone their table topics this morning. Please welcome Bud. Okay.
Thank you, Master Toastmaster. A huge advantage in any social situation is to be able to think fast on your feet. The most salubrious method of achieving this, I think, is table topics. It closes the synaptic connection in your brain to make you think much faster. Erica Benfield, would you please tell us what was the most difficult full-length speech you ever gave in Toastmasters?
Thank you, Table Topics Master. The most difficult speech that I've had to give during my enrollment in Toastmasters was actually last weekend. I had the privilege of speaking in front of an audience of 12,000 people. If you had asked me to do that 2 years ago, although it's a salubrious way of promoting our club, I definitely would have been a little nervous, but through the support of my fellow Toastmasters, it was a great success. Thank you.
George back there, can I call on you?
Absolutely.
Tell an interested observer why our club or any club relies upon the services of a grammarian.
Mr. Topic Master, with wardrobe by pause. Why does an illustrious group like this require a grammarian? Because many of us, in fact all of us, are not quite perfect. Because, you know, sometimes we're just going to mess up and make mistakes. Occasionally, just screw the pooch. We need to have someone keeping track of our mistakes in order for us to improve ourselves. If we don't know we are making those mistakes, how are we going to improve? Luckily, we have someone doing that for us today. They will report later on, hopefully catching all of our mistakes so we can improve as speakers, as Toastmasters, and as human beings, because grammar is the most important thing in the world. At least during the grammarian's report.
Diane Manikowski, would you please explain to us why our club or any other club would find it advantageous to use the services of a timer.
I have no earthly idea. It is not a salubrious way to invite guests here. However, since there has to be a timer, it has helped me, and it does help others, get to the point, which was the topic of my speech today, where I had to get to the point and not just blabbersmite, whatever. On and on like I usually do, listening to myself talk, as Stephany told me at one point. So, the timer was good, and I did not need her services today for the very first time. Thank you, Master Thompson.
Very well done, everyone.
My last bit of trivia is Toastmaster then. When is the Division D contest? Stephany.
Next Sunday, April 27th.
Yes. 1:30 p.m. Where is it at?
Deltona Library.
Deltona Public Library. Who's going to be there? I will be. We got a few anyways. Good. When is the district conference?
May 16th.
16th, 17th. Yay, 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 yay.
And 18th for some of us.
For
Yes,
for-
yes, And hungover
What is the theme for the conference?
Broadway.
Well, the sub-theme is Broadway, the main theme is Camelot. No, not from my point of view.
Our division is using Camelot. The whole district is doing Broadway. We were originally asked to do Cabaret, and a few people apparently objected, so we went with Camelot.
And before that, we were going to do Oklahoma, but even more people.
Really objected.
Interesting. I did that my junior year in high school. But now it's on to the evaluation section of the meeting, and leading us through this will be our general evaluator. Please welcome Alexandra Balda.
Thank you, Master Toastmaster. My role as a Master General Evaluator is to provide feedback on roles in the meeting other than the speakers. This is the educational session of the meeting where speakers learn what they did great and what they have left to improve. Evaluating Diane Manikowski, Kerri B.
Fellow Toastmasters, guests, and especially Diane. Your speech was titled, "Time is a Precious Thing to Waste," and it was under the project was Get to the Point. I thought that you did that well. I liked your opening. It was a very good setup as how time flies when people are doing enjoyable things, where it just seems to go really slow, like for me in the afternoons at work, and when you're performing tasks that are really not so enjoyable. And it was a very good setup because everybody was nodding in agreement. Oh my goodness, they understood that happens to them. A couple of things that I think that the main two things I think you can work on. One is you didn't need the lectern, and it didn't need to be here, and you should have moved it because you put standing out here, which puts them kind of behind you. So because you were standing here, so that's harder for them to be able to see you and react to what you're speaking about. And the other thing really is you really don't need to worry about the timer. If you've practiced your speech, which you obviously did, you don't need to worry about them and because that is very much what makes you nervous. And it's just something that if you've been practicing your speech, you'll know that you're not going to go over time. And even at that, if you practice your speech, so it's 5.5 to 6 minutes, you still have another minute, even if you get off on a little train of things. I do that, I know. So it's all good. But I did like how you organized your speech. You set it up, you told us what you do as far as listening to books, and then you told us how to do that. How to go to the library and get the books essentially for free if you already have your library card. And I just thought it was great. And I look forward to your next speech. Thank you.
Evaluating Jorge Friedrichs, Ernst
For band check.
Thank you.
Good morning, Madam Master Evaluator, fellow members and other guests, and especially Jorge, speaking about from the Speaking to Inform manual, subject number 5, the abstract concept about high-frequency trading. Anybody seen The Wall Street Wolf? I'm sure you did. If you didn't, you need to see it. And throughout this whole movie, there's a tremendous amount of screaming, enthusiasm, and I relate this more to the high-frequency trading because in reality, to me, it's kind of the same concept. The others ripped you off directly, and these people rip you off indirectly. So as far as I'm concerned, they're kind of related. I don't know how many of you know about high-frequency trading, and I listened to 60 Minutes about a year ago to explain that. It's kind of a complex system, and they're using tremendous amount of supercomputers and technology and all these things. It's quite a confusing concept, but all I know, they make a hell of a lot of money. And in the beginning, I don't know whether looking in the future would necessarily be the right concept to explain it that way, although to me it's a difficult concept. Because I don't know whether they actually look in the future or not, but they take the cream off the top, at least that's the way I look at it. So was the topic narrow enough? I think it was. How effective did the speaker draw on expert opinion? I feel that the 1 cent sales tax, which he showed what 1 cent can do, $63 million. Was it in 1 year? Yeah. Okay, you can imagine they do it in split seconds, bang, bang, bang. If you explain how much money these people actually make, which is in the billions of dollars, which they rip off the top, I think the concept would have crystallized in our minds a little bit more. Other than that, it was a great speech. The way to improve it, the only thing, the way I think you could have improved it, be a little bit more outgoing, because that is an outgoing concept, much like the Wall Street Wolf. Madam Master Evaluator.
I'm evaluating Stephany Bonnie Byrne, Julia Kaufman.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, our distinguished guest, but especially Miss Stephany. Stephany is working out of her advanced manual using management speeches by management, and her last project is to persuade and inspire, and throughout all her speeches in this topic has been over a bank merger. Stephany, you are a professional, and you get up here and are articulate and well prepared in addressing your staff. And this particular project is to persuade and inspire. And the notes to the evaluator are, the purpose of this presentation is for the speaker as a team leader to deliver a 5 to 7 minute motivational speech designed to persuade and inspire by making the audience understand that personal goals can be realized through the achievement of the organizational goals. The delivery should be made using vivid descriptions, dynamic gestures, and in addition to your verbal evaluation, answer these questions below. So Stephany, you are well prepared you provided language very vivid to what was happening and how it was happening and what the impact, both personally and to the overall company, would be to the staff. You did that well. You used vivid words. You came out and really made everybody understand what was happening. And this particular project, to persuade and inspire, you needed more, I felt, body movement, vocal variety, and smiling more. A little bit too serious for this type of, it was serious, yet this was to make people feel really self-assured and at ease. And I think while some of your language did that, your body gestures missed its mark. Most of the reasons for that, the way I'm saying that is, I didn't see you smile at all throughout the whole speech. It was very flat. Your voice is normally has a lot more vocal variety. I don't know if it was what you were saying, that you wanted to make sure you were clear and articulate, if you were thinking about that it missed that vocal variety that you use, and even though it's a serious topic, you can still use humor in that to kind of deliver. So some of the things that I wrote down in particular, in your opening, you mentioned this is the last day. And it came out, this is the last day. And it just like, oh my God, I'm about to be fired. Towards the end, I felt comfortable. I felt, honestly, as I was putting myself as the employee or as a staff, I'm with you. You have my undue support. I trust you, I know. But I wanted to say, it is going to be okay. We're going to have this merger. We're going to bring on, and everybody, you needed to match that, what you said, with your enthusiasm. Using your body movement, use your louder language, vocal variety, smiling more, and say, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. So congratulations on getting through this. This was a hard manual to do. You did it really well. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I felt like I was part of your staff. Well done.
And now is the time to ask for the report from the technical table. And Suzanne, with our timer, may we please get a report
Thank you, Matt's a general evaluator person. I don't know which term we're using. Throw them all in there. For our time today, we practiced the salubrious habit of practicing our communication, and we did well. For our speakers, we had Diane Manikowski at 6 minutes, 33 seconds. Jorge Friggles, a little bit more advanced topic, so I gave you the extra 12 seconds. 8 minutes, 12 seconds. Stephany made up for it. 3 minutes, 29 seconds. You owe us 2 minutes, girl. For our evaluators, Kerri B, 1 minute, 59 seconds. Ernst U, 2 minutes, 37 seconds. And Julia, 3 minutes, 27 seconds. Now, table topics, I enjoyed them so much, I completely forgot to pull up cards. It's all my fault, but Erica, fantastic, 34 seconds. George, go Braver. 1 minute, 25 seconds, which is contest worthy sometimes, so that was great. Diane Manikowski, 46 seconds. Yeah. Very well done for everyone today, thank you so much.
And on the roll of the out counter, let's see if we did a salubrious job.
And Madam General Evaluator, my salubrious report shall be for Stephen and Mike, and Susanna, I heard nothing. Well done.
Whoa.
For me, I know I said sorry at least once and had a false start, and probably we'll have many more things, but I won't have to report on them. For Diane, there were a number of odds. I don't know whether you want to, do you know an exact number?
Yeah.
Okay, there were 9 Ahs, 3 wells, 1 you know, 1 so, 1 and, 3 false starts, and 7 double clutches.
What's the total?
I don't know.
$5.
That's okay, I got the time.
You got the time down.
Jorge had 2 uhs, 1 2 nows, 4 so's, 2 false starts, and 3 double clutches. Stephany had 1 false start. Erica, Bud and Erica were great. We had George with 1 you know and 2 ands on purpose, but they were there. Diane with 1 false start. Yeah, on the tabletop. On the tabletop.
What is that?
Oh, yeah, table topics, false start. You start to say it.
You start to say it and you stop and start again.
Oh.
2 double clutches. We count those, so apologies if you all don't know.
Yeah, we do too.
Kerri, 1 1 1 you know, 3 ands, and 2 double clutches.
She paid me this week.
Ernst, 5 ahs, 3 ands, 3 false starts. Julia, 1 ah and 1 and, 1 false start. That's my report.
And last but not least, we have our grammarian person, Mike.
Hey!
It's been a rather insalubrious day for today. Steve, you didn't say it. Who did say it? Bud, Erica, and Diane. Alexandra,
Susanna,
and
Mary
I
Carol.
didn't catch your name now.
Mary Carol.
Mary.
Mary Carol.
Mary.
You get the Carol.
Okay, so a couple things that I thought were interesting. George, screw the pooch. Love that. And words by pause. Or no, wardrobe by pause. I thought that was another. Who was the other one? Diane, blabber's life.
That's Stephanie's word.
But you use it, so I liked it. I did like your life as a pundit.
A pundit.
Pundit. Thought that was pretty clever. Stephany, immerse yourself in new company. I thought that was pretty neat. Or immerse. That's just I did think that is such a great word because you immerse something in water, but really get into that company. Great job on that. And attitude determines altitude. I've never heard that before, and I really like that. I'm putting that in the shared folder, so if you don't mind. Ernst, crystallize in our minds. Very well. Very well done. I really enjoyed that. That was pretty much all I wrote down. Thank you, everyone.
And with that, I will start my evaluation. I noticed the room is impeccable. When I show up, I saw agendas, multiple copies of agendas on every single table. Room was clean, or it is clean and organized, welcoming to new visitors. Is very cozy and nice. I also noticed introductions and handoff to the Toastmaster throughout the whole meeting. Steven, he really kept us in our toes today with this trivia game. Ready to start? With a strong opening statement, he set the tone for the meeting. He did a supreme job introducing guests and roles. I personally think that theme trivia was exceptionally integrated throughout the whole meeting. The lectern, it was nicely placed in the center, and with some speakers, it was moved to the side. I just wanna probably say one observation with that. The lectern was perfectly moved center side with, I noticed the exception of the second speaker, Jorge. I just noted the lectern was kind of halfway. That's the only really tiny observation that I have. The schedule, we were on time. That's impeccable, Steven. I noticed that he was to the agenda by the minute. That's impressive. And the only last suggestion for Steven is I didn't notice on the agenda the word of the day. Table topics, but his or her. I believe you did a majestic job. Yes, explaining the purpose of your role.
Where's that crown?
You set the theme from the get-go, and you tied beautifully the table topic with the trivia theme of the day. You selected almost individuals without role. I say almost because you picked Diane, and Diane was a speaker.
Right.
But the other were perfectly matched with, they didn't have a role, so they had the opportunity to talk. And then I'm going to follow with the evaluators. And the first evaluator, Kerri. Kerri? Oh, okay. Well, Kerri did a polished evaluation to Diane. I noticed from Kerri, her feedback was honest and subjective, rather than cold hard facts. I think she remained positive given the feedback, and they were valuable. Ernst, I'm sorry, the other way, no. Right.
Yeah,
Ernst. Did I have it correct?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Okay, Ernst.
Say the last name.
Evaluator, I so ready to practice this pronunciation. Okay, Ernst. You did an exceptional and full of energy evaluation. I love that. I noticed a couple of objective feedback that you gave to Jorge, such as the level of energy that the feedback was you wanted to see on his presentation, and you provided also a feedback that next time bring a little bit of data. I think that was valuable. Julia, you had a professional evaluation. That's something that's amazing to hear. This is very professional. You offer genuine critiques and suggestions for growing, great approaching. And then I feel like Stephany could feel this valuable feedback and implement it on her next speech. This concludes my portion of the meeting, and please join me welcoming our president, Stephen.
Thank you, Alex. We'll move things along quick. We do like to ask our guests what they thought. Martin, I know you gave a check, but you didn't get a chance to speak either. Would you like to provide any feedback you had on the meeting this morning?
As a new member, I just appreciate being a little fly on the wall for right now. I thought the speeches were great. I'm looking forward to learning a lot, and as we all are interested in doing, improving my interpersonal skills, speech skills, and helping advance my career, as well as have a bit of fun on a weekly basis. So it's a good time.
Have we gotten her check yet?
Yes, so did.
But you didn't get a chance to speak either. Would you like to provide some feedback?
I'm learning a lot. I am honored to be in such an illustrious group of people. Talented people.
And majestic.
And I can see that it will be so salubrious to have speech-making education, and I hope to learn a lot, which I am every time I attend. So thank you.
Mary Carroll, you care to add anything?
One of the reasons I came here today was to show Stephany our new Legal Volunteers pin. And I just encourage everybody, if you have not checked out the Legal Volunteers, it's an award that we have instituted to honor those people who volunteer inside their club and outside their club. If you have earned that award, be sure that you go out and fill out an application, return it to Stephany so that we may award you a pen. They're really pretty.
It's a pin. Stephany should have one.
And George, you have anything to
Pay your dues.
Next week, Toastmaster Julia.
Yes.
Good. Scheduled speakers. Diane, you're listed again. Do you want that?
Yeah, I do it.
Okay, Alexandra, you're listed. Alexandra.
I'll be here.
You'll be here. Kerri's listed. Jessica won't be able to do table topics master. Jody's listed as general evaluator. Jorge, Paul, and Gus as evaluators. Jorge, will you be good for that one? Grammarian Jeff. Timer is Mike. And Pablo's listed as Alexandra, which he won't be able to take. I can take a spot where needed, but is there anyone, Will, who wants the speaking slot?
Don't jump all at once.
I did 3 weeks in a row. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're better. Would anyone like table topics master?
I do.
And would anyone like the odd counter rule? Ernst would like odd counter. Too slow, Stephany. All right. So be prepared for that one. And on the last note, will Stephany please come forward? Stephany, come forward.
Come on, Stephany. Tell her Bonnie she'll
Give
come
an old
faster.
lady a break.
With that speech, Stephany completed her second Advanced Communicator Silver. That is also our 9th point. So Jorge, make sure that gets in. Once our last 2 members are added.
How close are we?
That is the 9th point.
That's the night. Oh.
That's the 9th point, but you only have 14 members
But we've got
paid.
14 paid.
Yes, we have to get the membership up.
We've got